Welcome to Love with Me, a place where we share ways to give ourselves self-love. Self-love is where it begins. It's where true healing can take place. When we're connected to ourselves, we feel connected to the world, and we can give love outward into the world. My name is Victoria, and I'm grateful and honored to be here with you on this journey. I'm beginning this meditation series with a mini series on meditation, because meditation truly changed my life. I was using it as a tool to help me heal from childhood complex trauma, PTSD, depression, and anxiety that I had dealt with for decades. But at the beginning, even with a guided meditation, I couldn't do the meditations, and I thought, I'm just one of those people. I can't do a meditation. I can't relax my mind. I can't do it. So I started focusing on hanging out with my kiddo at the park. And I started using my tools that I gained from therapy and the books I read while we were at the parks to keep my mind in the present moment, to be able to enjoy those moments at the park. And I started telling my friend, well, I can't meditate, but I here at the park and it feels like meditation. And she said, that's meditation. I said, okay, good. Then I guess I'm on the right track. That turned into being able to recognize when my body was feeling stressed. So as I was driving, I could feel my parts of my body getting really tense. So that's where I came up with 4 steps to meditate, because eventually I was able to naturally meditate anytime, any place, with or without music. And I could use it in stressful moments, and I use it as part of my daily routine when I go to sleep at night, when I wake up, and then at some point during the day. So I have 4 steps. They're easy steps. They just take time, patience, and work on your end. The 4 steps are active meditation, getting out, moving your body, being present in the moment, and we'll do one task at a time, where you can concentrate on just the one task. It gets your mind ready for meditation. Step 2 is reconnecting to your body. We can't reconnect to our body yet if we haven't started the movement that we did in step 1. Reconnecting to the body is important because it's a time where you can recognize where stress comes in your body. And that way you can relax it in order to meditate. Step 3 is finally a guided meditation. You'll find somebody whose voice resonates with you, their message resonates with you, and their music resonates. Step 4 is finally to be able to naturally meditate any place, anytime. It's your tool that you could grab out of the pocket when you need it, at work, at school, and it's something that you'll be able to do at night, in the morning. And the great thing about this is that these 4 steps, I think you'll implement on a regular basis, even after you reach step 4, because they're foundation steps that build on each other. So they're tools that you'll want to use even after you can naturally meditate. And you can still do a guided meditation or naturally meditate. These 4 steps, I want you to take your time with each of these steps. And if you go on to the next step and feel frustrated, just take a step back and just try to master that first step, and then go to the next step. The thing with meditation is it's not one skill. You're not trying to sit and just have your mind quieted. It's a combination of many skills that we don't really talk about. It's about calming your body. It's about calming your mind, connecting to the present moment, and then being able to relax. Those are a combination of skills that you're trying to master. So it makes sense that you wouldn't be able to master them all in one session. When I tried to do the guided meditations, I would sit and they'd say, feel your body and let whatever comes, come. I didn't know how to relax my body. Those are separate skills to learn. We wouldn't ask a person who wants to run a marathon, who hasn't run in 10 years, to go and now run the marathon. You have to train. Same thing with this. What we're doing is we're retraining our brains, because we knew this when we were born, we were kids, and we're having fun in the park. So we're just retraining our brains to learn how to relax, to learn how to be in the present moment, to give ourselves that self-care and love. So take your time with the 4 steps. There is no right or wrong amount of time. It is though about how much you put into it. So if you skip some days, you might find that you're slipping back, and that's fine. That gives you the notion that, hey, it's working. That's all we're looking for. So give ourselves a chance to retrain our brains to be able to meditate. And remember, once you start meditating, you've mastered so many skills. It's not one skill, it's like 4 or 5 skills you've mastered. So congratulations. A little bit about me, in case it helps you on your journey, to let you know how far I've come. I dealt with my depression, PTSD, and anxiety since I was about 14 years old. When my granny passed, all of these symptoms started coming out. All of these things I could no longer suppress came out of my body. I felt it in my body. I had severe depression, suicidal thoughts, but I had been dealing with depression and anxiety since I was young. I just held it in. I went to work, and it wasn't that I was hiding who I was. It's just when I went to work, I didn't think about all of the problems I had at home. I just enjoyed being in those places, but the depression was there, anxiety was there. I got 2 degrees, I was in a relationship, my granny passed, and all of these symptoms started coming out of me, symptoms I could no longer suppress. It was coming out of my body. I was having suicidal thoughts, and I couldn't concentrate at work. I couldn't deal with the stress at work anymore. So I went on this healing journey. I started with a therapist, and I researched, and thankfully she was someone who dealt with childhood trauma, which is very important if you're going to deal with it, because many people still do not recognize the symptoms of childhood complex trauma, PTSD. But forward about 8 years, and here I am, and I had dealt with the depression and the anxiety for so many years. And I'm not saying that meditation takes place of therapy and all the work you need to do to heal from that. Not at all, because healing from childhood complex trauma requires a lot of foundational work as a person to rebuild yourself, to fill in all the empty places that got missed as a child. But what I am saying is that meditation is a great tool for that. And if we can use the steps and retrain our brain and give ourselves the time to do it, we can all learn how to meditate. It's for people who have racing thoughts, people who have the to-do list where you feel like you can't take a break. If you do take a break, we have to look at our phone. So we've been living in decades of not taking time for ourselves. I broke up this meditation series into 5 videos, the first one being the introduction and the next 4 being the steps. So that way, if you need to go back and just work on the 1 step, you don't have to go through a long video. It'll be right there at your fingertips, the 1 step that you need. Thank you so much for being here with me. If you would please press a like for this video, subscribe to my channel, and so that way you can get notices of the additional videos that are to come. And step 1 will be up shortly. Thank you so much. I'm sending you healing love.